Across every continent, from the tangled depths of rainforests to the wind-swept reaches of the tundra, a silent, relentless drama unfolds each day. The wild is a living tapestry, woven from the threads of countless lives, each one locked in a perpetual contest for survival. Here, every heartbeat is a gamble, every movement a calculation. Strength, speed, and intelligence are the currencies of life, traded in a world where hesitation can mean the difference between feast and famine. This is the world of predators and prey, a grand, ever-shifting arena where nature's fiercest battles are waged. From the sun-scorched plains of Africa, where lions melt into the golden grass, to the frozen frontiers of Antarctica, where penguins huddle against the wind and leopard seals patrol the icy waters, every landscape is a stage for struggle and survival. These hunters are not villains, but the architects of balance. Their presence shapes the land, culling the weak, driving the strong, and ensuring that the cycle of life continues unbroken. Every calculated move, every silent stalk, is a thread in the intricate web of their ecosystem. Their power is not only in their claws or jaws, but in the subtlety of their adaptations, the silent patience of a crocodile, motionless for hours beneath the water's surface, the acute hearing of an owl, detecting the faintest rustle beneath a blanket of snow, the resilience of a desert fox surviving on dew and shadow in a world of endless sand. Every sense is sharpened, every instinct honed by generations of trial and error. The wild is a crucible, forging creatures of astonishing complexity and grace. Imagine the thunderous roar of a lion piercing the twilight, a sound that rolls across the savannah like distant thunder, marking the boundaries of a kingdom. Or the haunting call of a wolf, weaving through the forest, a signal to the pack and a warning to rivals. Picture the explosive burst of a cheetah, a golden blur streaking across the grasslands, every muscle coiled for the chase, or the silent dive of a falcon plummeting from the sky with lethal precision, the air itself parting before its wings. Think of the shadowy figure of a leopard, a master of stealth, muscles rippling as it drags its prize into the safety of the treetops, or the patient python, waiting in silence, every movement calculated and precise. These are not isolated moments of conflict, but the climactic scenes in a much larger, ongoing story, a story written in tracks across the mud, in feathers scattered on the wind, in the wary glances of prey and the relentless pursuit of predators. This story is about the delicate balance of ecosystems, where every creature, from the mightiest elephant to the tiniest beetle, plays a vital role. The slow march of elephants shapes the land, while the tireless work of insects recycles life itself. Even the smallest fish darting through coral reefs are part of a vast interconnected web. It is a world governed by ancient rules: migration, predation, adaptation. Herds move with the seasons, shadowed by predators who test the weak and reward the strong. Above raptors circle, eyes scanning for the faintest sign of movement. Our journey will take us deep into these wild theatres, where every sunrise brings new challenges and every sunset marks the survivors of another day. We will stand on the banks of the Okavango Delta, where the floodwaters breathe life into the land, drawing herds and hunters alike. Here hippos bellow in the shallows, crocodiles glide unseen, and every shadow may conceal a predator. We will venture into the vastness of Zakuma National Park, where the resilience of life is written in the return of great herds and the cautious steps of newborn calves. Here, the air vibrates with the calls of birds and the distant rumble of hooves. We will travel to the end of the world, to Antarctica's stark, beautiful expanse. Here, the ocean's most formidable hunters, killer whales and leopard seals, patrol beneath the ice, while penguins launch themselves into the freezing surf, risking everything for a mouthful of fish. In each of these places we will uncover the strategies and secrets of animals that have perfected the art of the hunt, Some rely on brute force, others on patience, camouflage, or teamwork. Each has evolved over millions of years, shaped by the relentless pressures of survival. But this journey is also a race against time. The wild is changing, its ancient rhythms disrupted by forces beyond its control. The very arenas where these magnificent battles play out are under threat. Wildfires scorch the land, droughts parch the rivers, and forests fall to the relentless advance of change. The challenges these animals face today are greater than ever before. Shrinking habitats, shifting climates, and the loss of ancient corridors force them to adapt or perish. Understanding their world, their struggles, their triumphs, and their intricate relationships is the first step toward protecting the wild's fragile balance. Join me as we delve into the lives of these powerful hunters, celebrating their raw, untamed beauty and the astonishing complexity of their world. In every encounter there is hope, a chance to witness resilience, adaptation, and the enduring spirit of the wild. This is nature in its most raw, dramatic, and awe-inspiring form, a world of endless wonder, where every day is a battle and every life is a story worth telling. The African savanna is a vast, ever-changing arena where predator and prey are locked in a perpetual contest of survival. Here, every sunrise brings new opportunities and dangers, as the continent's most formidable hunters employ a dazzling array of strategies to outwit, outrun, and overpower their quarry. In this land, the rules of engagement are dictated by evolution. Each predator has honed its craft over millennia, adapting to the unique challenges of the African wilderness. Survival here is not just about strength, but about mastering the art of the hunt in all its complexity. Dominating the open plains are the lions, apex predators, whose social structure and cooperative tactics set them apart. Their prides, often spanning generations, are built on intricate bonds and a clear hierarchy, allowing them to coordinate hunts with remarkable precision. Lionesses, the pride's primary hunters, are masters of silent communication. They use subtle cues, tail flicks, ear movements, and body language to synchronize their approach, often targeting the weakest or most isolated prey. By fanning out and using the undulating terrain for cover, they create a living net, herding their quarry into carefully laid ambushes. This level of coordination allows them to tackle prey as large as buffalo or even young elephants. Some lionesses act as drivers, flushing prey toward hidden ambushes. This division of labor is a testament to their intelligence and adaptability, making the pride a formidable force in the ecosystem. When confronting powerful adversaries like the Cape buffalo, lions rely on relentless teamwork and sheer determination. These battles are high stakes, with both predator and prey risking injury or death in the struggle for survival. In stark contrast, the cheetah is a solitary specialist, built for speed rather than power. Its slender frame, lightweight bones, and flexible spine allow for explosive acceleration, making it the fastest land animal on Earth. A cheetah's hunt is a breathtaking spectacle, a blur of motion as it closes the gap on its prey in seconds. Its semi-retractable claws provide extra grip, while its oversized nasal passages and lungs fuel the intense sprint. But this high-speed pursuit is a gamble. The cheetah must end the chase quickly, as overheating and exhaustion set in rapidly. A single misstep or a sudden turn by the prey can mean failure. To avoid competition with larger predators, cheetahs hunt during the heat of the day, when lions and hyenas are less active. This strategy reduces direct conflict but exposes them to the harsh midday sun and the risk of losing their hard-earned meal. After a successful hunt, the cheetah's vulnerability peaks. Its slender build, optimized for speed, offers little defense against stronger rivals. Vigilance is crucial, as the scent of a fresh kill can attract danger from miles away. Opportunistic lions and hyenas often steal cheetah kills, forcing the exhausted hunter to retreat. This harsh reality means that cheetahs lose a significant portion of their catches, a constant challenge in their solitary existence. The leopard, Africa's master of stealth, is a solitary and elusive hunter. Its secretive nature allows it to thrive in habitats ranging from open savanna to dense forests and rocky outcrops. With a coat patterned in rosettes, the leopard becomes nearly invisible in dappled light. This camouflage, combined with its silent, deliberate movements, enables it to approach prey undetected, often within striking distance before launching an ambush. The leopard's patience is legendary. It can wait motionless for hours, studying the movements of its prey and choosing the perfect moment to strike. Its adaptability allows it to hunt a wide variety of animals, from antelope to birds and even fish. Once a kill is made, the leopard's immense strength comes into play. It can hoist prey twice its own weight high into the branches, securing its meal from scavengers and other predators, a feat unmatched among Africa's big cats. This remarkable adaptability has enabled leopards to colonize environments from humid rainforests to arid savannas, and even the outskirts of bustling cities. Their flexible diet and elusive behavior make them one of Africa's most successful and widespread predators. Rounding out this elite group are the African wild dogs and spotted hyenas, two species whose social intelligence and teamwork rival even the lions. Both are highly adaptable, thriving in diverse habitats, from open plains to woodlands. African wild dogs are endurance hunters, relying on stamina and relentless pursuit. Their packs, often numbering over a dozen, work in perfect harmony, using complex vocalizations and body language to coordinate their attacks. Their hunts are a display of unity and efficiency, with each member playing a specific role: chasers, blockers, and finishers, resulting in one of the highest hunting success rates among African predators. Spotted hyenas, often mischaracterized as scavengers, are in fact skilled hunters. Their matriarchal clans can number up to 80 individuals, and their hunting tactics are as sophisticated as any in the animal kingdom. With bone-crushing jaws and powerful social bonds, hyenas can bring down large prey and defend their kills against all comers. Their role as both hunters and scavengers is vital, ensuring that no resource goes to waste and maintaining the delicate balance of the savanna ecosystem. While the predators often steal the spotlight, the true architects of the African savanna are its remarkable herbivores, creatures whose daily lives shape the very fabric of this vast landscape in ways both subtle and profound. The African landscape is a living mosaic sculpted by the constant movement and feeding of immense herds. Elephants, giraffes, buffalo, and hippos are not merely inhabitants. They are the engineers and caretakers of their world. These ecosystem engineers wield their influence through sheer size and number. Elephants topple trees and clear dense thickets, opening up grasslands for other species. Buffalo trample and churn the earth, while giraffes delicately prune the treetops, each action rippling through the ecosystem. The African elephant, the largest land mammal on Earth, is a keystone species whose presence is felt everywhere. Their immense bodies move with purpose, forging new paths through tangled brush and dense woodland. Consuming up to 440 pounds of vegetation daily, elephants strip bark, snap branches, and uproot small trees. This relentless foraging prevents forests from overtaking the grasslands, maintaining the delicate balance between open plains and wooded areas. In the parched months, elephants become lifelines for the savanna. Using their tusks and feet, they dig deep into dry riverbeds, unearthing hidden water. These wells quench not only their own thirst, but also sustain zebras, antelope, and countless smaller creatures, creating vital oases in the harshest times. The Cape buffalo, moving in herds that can swell to thousands, are another force of nature. Their collective strength and numbers are a formidable presence, shaping the land as they migrate in search of fresh grazing. Known as Black Death, these powerful herbivores are unpredictable and fiercely protective. Even apex predators like lions approach with caution, aware of the buffalo's ability to turn the tables in a heartbeat. As buffalo graze and roam, Their hooves break up the soil, aerating it and helping seeds to take root. Their constant movement prevents the grasslands from becoming overgrown, creating a patchwork of habitats that supports a diversity of smaller grazers and ground-dwelling birds. When danger looms, buffalo herds unite in a formidable display of solidarity. Forming a defensive ring around their calves, they present a wall of horns and muscle, deterring even the most determined predators and ensuring the survival of the next generation. The thunder of their hooves and the dust they raise are a constant reminder of their impact, as they shape the land with every step. In the rivers and lakes, the hippopotamus reigns supreme. These massive herbivores spend their days submerged, sharing their aquatic domain with fish, birds, and crocodiles. Despite their seemingly placid demeanor, hippos are fiercely territorial, defending their stretches of river with surprising aggression. Their presence shapes the behavior and distribution of other aquatic animals. Hippos play a crucial ecological role. Their daily routines and movements influence the flow and quality of water, while their bodies provide shelter and shade for smaller aquatic life. As night falls, hippos leave the water to graze, carving deep channels, known as hippo highways, through the wetlands. These pathways keep water moving, prevent stagnation, and create new habitats for fish, amphibians, and invertebrates. Their dung, rich in nutrients, fertilizes the water, fueling blooms of algae and supporting entire food webs. Fish and invertebrates thrive in these enriched waters, and the effects ripple outward to birds and mammals that depend on the river. Towering above the savannah, giraffes glide through the acacia woodlands, their long necks reaching where no other herbivore can. Their height allows them to browse on the tender leaves and shoots at the very tops of trees, reducing competition for food and ensuring that the upper canopy is constantly pruned and renewed. This selective feeding shapes the growth patterns of acacia trees, encouraging new shoots and maintaining the open, sunlit structure of the woodland. The pruned treetops are a testament to the giraffe's quiet but persistent influence. Though gentle in appearance, giraffes are vigilant and capable defenders. Their keen eyesight spots danger from afar, and their powerful legs can deliver lethal kicks to would-be attackers. A single, well-placed kick from a giraffe can shatter the bones of a predator, making even lions think twice before attempting an attack. Together, these giants, elephants, buffalo, hippos, and giraffes, are the living architects of the savannah. Their interactions, migrations, and daily habits weave a complex web of life, sustaining the diversity and resilience of Africa's wild heart. At the southernmost reaches of our planet lies Antarctica, a realm defined by relentless cold sculpted ice and a stark, haunting beauty. Here survival is a daily battle, and only the most specialized predators can endure. Though the frozen landscape appears desolate, the surrounding Southern Ocean pulses with life. Beneath the ice, a hidden world thrives, where apex predators have evolved extraordinary adaptations to dominate their frigid domain. The orca, or killer whale, reigns supreme as the ocean's top predator. These marine mammals are not only powerful, but also possess remarkable intelligence, making them formidable hunters in these icy waters. Orcas operate in highly coordinated family pods, each with its own unique dialect and hunting traditions. Their social structure allows them to share knowledge, refine hunting techniques, and adapt to the ever-changing Antarctic environment. In a display of tactical brilliance, orcas work together to generate waves that dislodge seals from ice flows. This cooperative hunting not only demonstrates their intelligence, but also their ability to exploit the harsh landscape to their advantage. Their immense strength, speed, and strategic prowess ensure that orcas remain unrivaled as apex predators, shaping the very structure of the Antarctic marine ecosystem. Sharing these icy waters is the leopard seal, a solitary hunter whose reputation is built on stealth and ferocity. With a long, muscular body and jaws lined with razor-sharp teeth, the leopard seal is perfectly engineered for ambush. Its streamlined form allows it to move silently beneath the ice, striking with explosive speed. Growing up to 11.5 feet in length, the leopard seal is a master of solitary hunting. Its keen senses and patience enable it to exploit every opportunity in this unforgiving environment. The leopard seal's diet is diverse, ranging from swift fish and swarming krill to the agile penguins that gather at the ice's edge. Its opportunistic feeding habits help regulate prey populations and maintain ecological balance. Often, the leopard seal will lie in wait beneath ice shelves, using the cover of darkness and ice to ambush penguins as they plunge into the water, relying on split-second timing and precision. As a top predator, the leopard seal plays a crucial role in controlling penguin numbers and ensuring the health of the Antarctic food web, preventing any single species from overwhelming the ecosystem. Amidst these predators, the emperor penguin stands as a symbol of endurance and adaptation, facing the continent's harshest conditions. Emperor penguins withstand blizzards and sub-zero temperatures that would defeat most life forms. Their dense feathers and thick fat layers provide insulation, while their social behavior is key to survival. After the female lays her single egg, males form tightly packed huddles, sharing warmth and shielding each other from the relentless wind. For over 2 months, they fast and incubate the eggs, enduring temperatures that can plunge to -76 degrees Fahrenheit. Once hatched, the chicks face a gauntlet of threats: exposure to the elements, predation by leopard seals and giant petrels, and the constant struggle for food. Only the most resilient survive to adulthood. The emperor penguin's ability to thrive in such adversity is a testament to the power of evolutionary adaptation, ensuring their place in this frozen hierarchy. At the foundation of this ecosystem is krill, a tiny, shrimp-like crustacean that forms the lifeblood of the Antarctic food web. Their vast swarms sustain nearly every major predator in these waters. Blue whales, the largest animals ever to exist, migrate to these icy seas to feast on krill. With each lunge, they engulf thousands of pounds, their survival intricately linked to the health of these tiny creatures. A single blue whale can consume up to 8,800 pounds of krill in a day, demonstrating the immense productivity of these cold waters. Humpback whales employ a sophisticated hunting method known as bubble net feeding, encircling krill with spirals of bubbles before lunging upward to capture their prey. A remarkable example of cooperative strategy among marine giants. The intricate web of life in Antarctica is a delicate balance where each apex predator, from orca to leopard seal, plays a vital role. The health of this frozen world depends on the stability of its ecosystem, making the Southern Ocean a critical stronghold for global biodiversity and conservation. Deep within the arid expanse of the Kalahari Desert, a breathtaking transformation unfolds each year. An oasis emerges where none should exist. This is the Okavango Delta, a living testament to nature's resilience and ingenuity. Driven by distant rains in the Angolan highlands, floodwaters journey over 1,000 miles, spilling into the thirsty Kalahari and fanning out across the land. The result is the world's largest inland delta, a labyrinth of channels, lagoons, and islands that stretches for thousands of square miles, breathing life into the desert. As the flood peaks between June and August, the delta becomes a magnet for wildlife. Herds of antelope, elephants, and buffalo converge on the lush grasslands, drawn by the promise of water and fresh grazing. The air vibrates with the calls of birds, and the ground trembles beneath the movement of thousands of hooves. The Okavango is a sanctuary for an astonishing 164 mammal species. Towering elephants, the largest remaining population in Africa, roam the floodplains, their matriarchs leading family groups to hidden pools and secret islands. Yet, for every animal drawn to the water's edge, danger lurks just beneath the surface. The arrival of the floods is both a blessing and a harbinger of peril, as predators and prey are forced into ever closer proximity. The rising waters fracture the landscape into a shifting mosaic of islands and channels. Animals must navigate this ever-changing terrain, leaping from patch to patch, always alert to the threats that stalk the shallows and the shadows. Lechwe antelope, with their splayed hooves and powerful legs, are perfectly adapted to this watery world. They bound effortlessly through the marshes, grazing on tender shoots, their movements a dance of survival in the flooded grasslands. But every crossing is fraught with risk. Beneath the surface, Nile crocodiles, ancient, armored, and nearly invisible, wait in silence. These apex predators have learned the rhythms of the delta, positioning themselves at key crossing points where herds must pass. With a patience honed by millennia, crocodiles remain motionless for hours, their eyes and nostrils just above the waterline. When the moment is right, they erupt in a burst of power, seizing the unwary in a split second, a reminder that in the Okavango, every life is balanced on a knife's edge. The delta's waterways become gauntlets of survival. Each drink, each crossing is a calculated risk as animals weigh their thirst against the ever-present threat of ambush. For the region's top predators, the floods bring both challenge and opportunity. The shifting waters force them to adapt, to learn new strategies, and to exploit the vulnerabilities of their prey. Lions, typically wary of water, have evolved remarkable behaviors in the Okavango. They wade through flooded grasslands, their golden coats slick with moisture, stalking prey along the water's edge. Some prides have become true wetland hunters, swimming between islands to isolate buffalo and antelope. The floods, which might seem an obstacle, become a tool, separating the strong from the weak, the lucky from the doomed. These adaptations are a testament to the lion's intelligence and resilience as they master the art of hunting in a world transformed by water. In the dense reed beds, leopards become phantoms, silent, unseen, and deadly. The thick vegetation offers perfect concealment, allowing these solitary hunters to stalk impala and other prey with unmatched stealth. Beneath the feet of giants, a hidden world thrives. Insects, amphibians, and small mammals play vital roles, aerating the soil, dispersing seeds, and forming the foundation of the food web. As the waters rise, thousands of termite mounds emerge as islands. These structures, built grain by grain, become lifelines for countless creatures, offering refuge from the encroaching flood. From mongooses to lions, animals seek sanctuary atop these mounds, their lives temporarily lifted above the flood. Here, predator and prey may rest within sight of one another, bound by the same need for safety. These islands become crowded sanctuaries, where the drama of survival plays out in miniature, alliances form, rivalries flare, and every day is a test of endurance. In the Okavango Delta, water is both creator and destroyer. It shapes the destinies of all who live here, fueling epic struggles between predator and prey, forging a wilderness where only the most adaptable survive. This is a realm of constant change, where life and conflict are forever entwined in nature's grand design. In the heart of Chad, where the African savanna stretches to the horizon, Zakuma National Park stands as a remarkable symbol of ecological renewal. Once devastated by decades of conflict and relentless poaching, this landscape was on the brink of ecological collapse, its future uncertain, and its wildlife populations in freefall. In the late 20th century, Zakuma's elephant herds, once numbering over 4,000, were decimated by poaching, leaving only a few hundred survivors. The savannah, once alive with the thunder of hooves and trumpeting calls, fell eerily silent as entire populations vanished. The park's predators, too, faced a dire future. The West African lion, a critically endangered subspecies, found itself isolated and vulnerable, its numbers dwindling to fewer than 1,000 across the continent. Zakuma became a last refuge, a vital genetic bridge connecting fragmented populations and offering hope for the species' survival. In recent years, advanced monitoring protocols have revolutionized conservation in Zakuma. A sophisticated network of camera traps, GPS collars, and genetic sampling now provides unprecedented insight into the lives of these elusive predators. Conservationists can track their movements, study their social dynamics, and respond rapidly to emerging threats, ensuring the fragile population's continued recovery. Zakuma is also a sanctuary for the Kordofan giraffe, a critically endangered subspecies with fewer than 2,000 individuals remaining worldwide. Over half of the global population now finds refuge within the park's protected boundaries, where careful management and habitat restoration have allowed these gentle giants to thrive. During the harsh, dry season, GPS tracking reveals that giraffes must travel up to 30% farther in search of food and water, placing immense stress on the population. The park's resource management, such as the strategic placement of water sources and the protection of key feeding grounds, has become essential for their survival, buffering them against the extremes of the environment. In 2018, Zakuma marked a milestone in African conservation with the reintroduction of black rhinos, a species absent from the region for nearly half a century. Their return not only restored a missing piece of the ecosystem, but also signaled the park's transformation into a true sanctuary for endangered megafauna. The rebirth of Zakuma is a testament to the power of ecosystem restoration. As security returned, so did the great herds of buffalo and antelope, their numbers swelling and supporting a balanced web of life. Predators, once scarce, now thrive alongside their prey, restoring the natural rhythms of the savannah. The park's wetlands, rejuvenated by careful management, have become a haven for avian diversity. Over 530 bird species have been recorded here, making Zakuma a globally significant stronghold for migratory and resident birds alike. Zakuma's transformation from a landscape of loss to a thriving wilderness is a powerful demonstration of what is possible through dedicated, science-driven conservation. The park now stands as a living blueprint for the restoration of sanctuaries worldwide, proving that even the most devastated ecosystems can be brought back from the brink, if we have the vision and resolve to protect them. In the intricate tapestry of nature, birds are among the most vital threads, shaping the very character and function of wetland ecosystems. Across the globe, from the sprawling Okavango Delta to the compact yet crucial Vermont salt pan in southern Africa, wetlands serve as havens for a dazzling diversity of bird life. These birds are not only residents but also seasonal visitors, with many species migrating vast distances to exploit the rich resources these habitats provide. During peak seasons, wetlands become vibrant centers of avian activity. In spring and summer, a site like the 42-acre Vermont Pan can host up to 40 different bird species in a single hour, each drawn by the abundance of food, nesting sites, and shelter. Within these dynamic environments, each bird species fulfills a unique ecological role. Some are insectivores, others are piscivores, and many are omnivores, together maintaining the delicate balance of the aquatic food web. The presence and diversity of wetland birds serve as a living indicator of ecosystem health. Their calls, plumage, and behaviors reflect the quality of water, the abundance of prey, and the stability of the habitat. Many wetland birds are highly specialized, having evolved remarkable adaptations to thrive in these watery landscapes. Their feeding techniques, nesting strategies, and migratory patterns are finely tuned to the rhythms of the wetland. The great crested grebe, for example, is a masterful diver. With streamlined bodies and powerful legs set far back on their bodies, they pursue fish underwater with agility and precision, often remaining submerged for extended periods. The Cape shoveler, with its broad, spatula-shaped bill, sifts through shallow waters, filtering out tiny invertebrates and plant matter. This feeding method not only sustains the duck, but also helps aerate the water and control populations of aquatic organisms. The black-winged stilt, distinguished by its long, slender legs, forages in areas inaccessible to most other birds. It delicately picks insects, crustaceans, and mollusks from the water's surface and mudflats, reducing pest populations and supporting nutrient cycling. Greater flamingos, with their iconic pink plumage, are filter feeders. Their specialized beaks allow them to extract algae and tiny crustaceans from the water, helping to regulate algal blooms and maintain water clarity. The pigments in their food give them their distinctive color, a sign of a healthy diet and environment. Wetland birds are integral to the food web. They serve as both predators and prey, linking aquatic and terrestrial ecosystems. Their feeding activities influence the abundance and distribution of fish, insects, and plants, while their eggs and chicks provide nourishment for a range of other wildlife. Many species act as agents of dispersal. Seeds and plant fragments cling to their feathers and feet, allowing birds to transport genetic material between isolated wetlands. This process fosters plant diversity and resilience, ensuring the survival of rare and specialized species. Fish-eating birds such as the white-breasted cormorant and the grey heron play a regulatory role, keeping fish populations in check. By preying on the most abundant or vulnerable fish, they prevent any single species from dominating and maintain a balanced aquatic community. Even in death, wetland birds contribute to the ecosystem. Their remains provide nutrients for scavengers and decomposers, enriching the soil and supporting new plant growth, thus perpetuating the cycle of life. Through their daily activities, birds help maintain the health of wetlands. Preening and bathing keep their feathers in top condition, while their movements through vegetation aid in plant pollination and the control of invasive species. Despite their importance, wetland habitats and their avian inhabitants face mounting threats. Pollution, habitat loss, and climate change are altering water levels, degrading water quality, and fragmenting the landscapes these birds depend on. Urban expansion, agricultural runoff, and illegal activities such as poaching are shrinking the safe havens available to wetland birds, putting entire populations at risk and disrupting the intricate ecological relationships they support. The decline of migratory species like the black-winged stilt signals a broader crisis. As wetlands disappear or degrade, the interconnected network that supports global bird migrations is breaking down, threatening the survival of countless species. Conservation efforts are essential. Establishing protected reserves, restoring degraded habitats, and implementing science-based management practices can help safeguard these critical environments and the birds that depend on them. By preserving wetlands and supporting their avian inhabitants, we ensure the continued health and productivity of these ecosystems. Wetland birds are not only symbols of natural beauty, but also guardians of water quality, biodiversity, and ecological stability, foundations upon which all life, including our own, ultimately depends. Across every continent, the animal kingdom faces a relentless barrage of environmental pressures, each demanding extraordinary adaptation and resilience. For millions of years, these creatures have survived by evolving alongside their habitats, but now, the pace and scale of change threaten to outstrip even nature's most ingenious solutions. The most immediate and devastating challenge is habitat loss. Once vast forests and grasslands are vanishing, replaced by barren fields and fragmented patches of wilderness. Animals that once roamed freely now find their territories divided, their migration routes blocked, and their resources dwindling. For wide-ranging predators like lions and wild dogs, whose survival depends on traversing hundreds of square miles, the shrinking wilderness is a silent trap. Forced into smaller, isolated pockets, they must adapt by altering their hunting strategies, shifting their territories, and sometimes venturing into unfamiliar, perilous landscapes. Layered atop this is the relentless advance of climate change. In the savannah, droughts parch the earth, forcing elephants and antelope to travel farther for water, while predators must adapt to the shifting patterns of prey. In the polar regions, the transformation is even more dramatic. Melting ice in Antarctica and the Arctic is redrawing the boundaries of survival. Emperor penguins, leopard seals, and polar bears are forced to adapt to a world where the ice they depend on for breeding, resting and hunting is vanishing beneath their feet. Some attempt longer journeys to find stable ice, while others alter their breeding cycles or shift their diets, but the margin for error is razor-thin. Beneath the surface, the warming ocean disrupts the foundation of the Antarctic food web. Krill, the tiny crustaceans that sustain everything from penguins to blue whales, are declining as sea ice recedes. Animals must adapt by expanding their foraging ranges, diving deeper, or switching prey. But these changes come at a cost: reduced breeding success and increased competition. The oceans, once a sanctuary, are now choked with plastic. Marine animals must navigate a gauntlet of debris, adapting by altering their feeding habits or learning to avoid contaminated areas. Yet, many still mistake plastic for food, with fatal consequences. Seals, seabirds and whales are forced to adapt to a world where entanglement and ingestion of plastic are daily threats. Some species have developed new foraging techniques or shifted their diets, but the omnipresence of pollution leaves few safe havens. Overfishing and pollution further erode the delicate balance of marine ecosystems. Predators like killer whales and leopard seals must adapt to dwindling fish stocks, sometimes turning to alternative prey or expanding their hunting grounds. But these changes can disrupt entire food webs and threaten long-term survival. Even the most formidable predators and iconic giants are not immune to the pressures of poaching. Animals have adapted by becoming more elusive, shifting their activity to nighttime or altering their migration routes. But these strategies offer only temporary reprieve from relentless threats. The combined weight of habitat loss, climate change, pollution and poaching has created a crucible of survival. Every day, animals are forced to innovate, adapt and endure in ways never before demanded by nature. Some will succeed, evolving new behaviors and strategies. Others may vanish, unable to keep pace with the accelerating changes. Yet, the story of adaptation is not one of defeat, but of remarkable ingenuity. Snow leopards blend seamlessly into rocky outcrops, chameleons shift their colors to match their surroundings, and Arctic foxes change their coats with the seasons. Herds of caribou and wildebeest undertake epic migrations, navigating new obstacles and altered landscapes, while monarch butterflies cross continents in search of suitable breeding grounds. In every corner of the globe, animals are rewriting the rules of survival. They are learning, adapting, and passing on new knowledge to the next generation. The struggle is immense, but the spirit of adaptation endures, a testament to the resilience and ingenuity of life on Earth. Despite the immense challenges facing our planet's wildlife, this is not a story that must end in tragedy. Around the world, there are remarkable examples of nature's resilience and the profound impact of dedicated conservation efforts. Conservation initiatives, grounded in rigorous science and adaptive management, are reversing declines in some of the world's most threatened ecosystems, from the reforestation of degraded landscapes to the reintroduction of keystone species. These projects are restoring balance and biodiversity. Protected areas, when effectively managed, serve as sanctuaries where wildlife populations can recover. The establishment of new reserves and the expansion of existing ones have provided safe havens for countless species, allowing them to thrive once more. Zakuma National Park in Chad stands as a testament to what is possible. Once decimated by poaching, the park now boasts a resurgence of elephants and other wildlife thanks to comprehensive anti-poaching strategies and habitat restoration. The return of large herds and the visible recovery of grassland ecosystems demonstrate nature's extraordinary capacity for renewal when given protection and time. In Antarctica, the world has witnessed one of the most ambitious conservation agreements in history. The Antarctic Treaty, signed in 1959, has preserved an entire continent for scientific research and environmental protection. This agreement prohibits military activity and mineral extraction, ensuring that Antarctica remains a sanctuary for its unique wildlife and a living laboratory for understanding global change. The creation of vast marine protected areas in the Southern Ocean is safeguarding critical feeding and breeding grounds for whales, seals, and penguins, helping to stabilize populations that were once in steep decline. International organizations are enforcing sustainable fishing quotas, protecting the krill populations that form the foundation of the Antarctic food web and ensuring the health of the entire ecosystem. These collaborative efforts highlight the power of global cooperation in conservation, demonstrating that shared commitment can protect entire continents and oceans. Technological innovation is revolutionizing conservation. Remote sensing, satellite tracking, and automated camera traps are providing real-time data on animal movements and population trends, enabling more precise and effective management. GPS collars and genetic analysis, for example, have revealed the hidden lives of elusive species, informing strategies to protect critical habitats and maintain genetic diversity. The identification and preservation of wildlife corridors are allowing migratory species to move safely between habitats, reducing the risk of inbreeding and human-wildlife conflict. Drones are now used to monitor vast landscapes for illegal activities, while coordinated efforts to remove plastic waste from natural environments are reducing threats to marine and terrestrial wildlife. Every positive intervention, from habitat restoration to pollution control, contributes to the broader recovery of ecosystems. The collective impact of these efforts is visible in the resurgence of species once thought to be lost and the gradual healing of damaged landscapes. The dedication of those working on the front lines, rangers, researchers, and advocates, continues to drive progress, ensuring that conservation remains a dynamic and evolving field. Support for conservation is growing, with increased funding, public awareness, and the integration of sustainability into policy and practice. The epic showdowns of the natural world, predator and prey, survival and adaptation, are not only spectacles of nature, but also indicators of healthy, functioning ecosystems. Our greatest opportunity lies in ensuring that these wonders endure, so that future generations may witness the wild's enduring drama and beauty, and so that the planet's intricate web of life remains unbroken. As sunlight surrenders to dusk, a hidden world awakens. Across continents and climates, the veil of night transforms the wilderness into a realm governed by shadows, where survival hinges on mastery of the dark. Here, the planet's most elusive predators emerge, each wielding a unique arsenal tailored for nocturnal conquest. In the dense rainforests of the Amazon, the jaguar glides silently between tangled roots and moonlit streams. Its dappled coat merges with the shifting patterns of leaves, while acute night vision and a powerful sense of smell guide every step. With a single, calculated leap, it ambushes prey with astonishing precision, relying on stealth and patience in the dense undergrowth. Above the African savanna, the night air pulses with the calls of the barn owl. Its heart-shaped face funnels even the faintest sounds, allowing it to pinpoint the movement of rodents beneath the grass. Silent flight, made possible by specialized wing feathers, lets the owl descend undetected, striking with talons that close in a heartbeat. Beneath the sands of the Australian outback, the desert death adder lies in ambush. As the temperature drops, it becomes a master of stillness. Camouflaged beneath loose soil, its flickering tongue detects vibrations, while heat-sensitive pits sense the body warmth of passing lizards. With lightning speed, it delivers a venomous bite, securing a meal in the unforgiving night. In the world's oceans, the giant squid prowls the inky depths. Bioluminescent flashes illuminate its realm, confusing prey and predators alike. Its large eyes, among the biggest in the animal kingdom, capture the faintest glimmers of light, revealing the silhouettes of fish and other cephalopods. Long, barbed tentacles lash out with surgical precision, ensnaring victims in a silent ballet beneath the waves. High in the boreal forests, the Eurasian lynx stalks snow-laden trails under the cover of darkness. Its tufted ears swivel independently, capturing the rustle of hairs moving through the underbrush. With padded paws muffling its approach, the lynx closes the distance in near silence, relying on patience and perfect timing. Even the smallest predators, like the lesser galago, employ acrobatics and keen senses to hunt insects and small vertebrates in the African night. Their oversized eyes absorb every scrap of available light, while agile limbs launch them between branches with breathtaking speed. Each nocturnal hunter is an expert in adaptation, evolving to thrive where light fails and silence reigns. Their strategies are as diverse as the landscapes they inhabit, shaped by millions of years of evolutionary arms races. In the darkness, every sense is sharpened, every movement calculated, and every encounter a testament to the power of nature's ingenuity. As dawn approaches, these masters of the night retreat to their sanctuaries, leaving behind only traces of their passage, a fleeting reminder of the wild's relentless unseen drama. The night belongs to the predators, and in their silent pursuit, the balance of life endures, hidden beneath the stars. Beneath the shimmering surface of Earth's lakes, rivers, and oceans lies a world shaped by the eternal contest between hunter and hunted. Here, survival is dictated by speed, strategy, and the ability to adapt to an ever-changing aquatic realm. In these liquid corridors, ancient struggles unfold with breathtaking ingenuity. In the vastness of the open sea, the sailfish reigns as a master of velocity. With a body built for speed and a towering dorsal fin that slices through schools of sardines, it orchestrates dazzling hunts. Working in coordinated teams, sailfish herd their prey into tight balls, then strike with rapid thrusts of their sword-like bills, stunning fish with surgical precision. Each attack is swift, minimizing wasted effort and maximizing success. Closer to coral reefs, the octopus becomes a shape-shifting phantom. Its soft, boneless body flows effortlessly through crevices, arms probing for hidden crabs and shrimp. With an arsenal of camouflage and mimicry, it vanishes into its surroundings, changing color and texture in an instant. When the moment is right, the octopus engulfs its prey in a sudden, inescapable embrace, its beak delivering a paralyzing bite. In freshwater, the archerfish brings a unique twist to the art of predation. Hovering just below the surface, it scans for insects perched above the water. With remarkable accuracy, the archerfish spits a pressurized jet of water, knocking unsuspecting prey into the waiting jaws below, a testament to adaptation and precision in a competitive environment. Far beneath the waves, apex hunters like the great white shark patrol the twilight zone. Sensitive to electrical impulses, they detect the faintest movements of fish and seals. With explosive acceleration, the shark launches from the depths in a surprise attack, its powerful jaws delivering a decisive bite. Each hunt reverberates through the ecosystem, maintaining the delicate balance between predator and prey. Even the smallest aquatic hunters play a vital role. Dragonfly larvae, lurking in ponds, extend a hinged jaw to snatch tadpoles and small fish with lightning speed. Their presence regulates populations, shaping the very fabric of their watery worlds. These diverse strategies ripple outward, influencing entire food webs. Predators control prey numbers, prevent overgrazing of plant life, and foster biodiversity. The balance of aquatic ecosystems depends on this perpetual dance, a choreography refined over millions of years. In the underwater realm, every pursuit is a test of adaptation and instinct. From the swift to the silent, the solitary to the cooperative, aquatic predators demonstrate that mastery of the hunt is as much about innovation as it is about strength. Here, beneath the waves, the dance continues, endlessly shaping life in the deep. In the endless theater of the wild, survival often hinges not on brute force, but on the art of deception. Across every environment on Earth, animals have perfected the craft of becoming invisible, blending seamlessly into their surroundings, or impersonating others in a high-stakes game of life and death. On the forest floor, a leaf-tailed gecko clings motionless to tree bark, Its jagged outline and mottled skin mirror the lichen and leaves, rendering it nearly undetectable to both predators and prey. The gecko's stillness is its shield, an illusion so convincing that danger passes by, none the wiser. In the coral labyrinths beneath the waves, the mimic octopus takes deception to new heights. With uncanny precision, it contorts its shape and alters its color, impersonating venomous sea snakes, lionfish, and flatfish. Each transformation is a calculated response to the threats it perceives, outwitting hunters that might otherwise end its story. Grasslands teem with masters of disguise. The tawny coat of a lion cub melts into the sun-bleached savannah, offering sanctuary from the piercing gaze of rival predators. Nearby, a herd of impala stands alert, their dappled flanks breaking up their forms in the shifting light, confusing would-be hunters and buying precious seconds to flee. Insects, too, are virtuosos of vanishing. A praying mantis sways like a twig in the breeze, limbs folded in patient anticipation. Nearby, a butterfly's wings bear the eye spots of an owl, startling birds just long enough for escape. These illusions are more than mere tricks. They are the difference between life and death. Even the ocean's depths are alive with deception. The leafy sea dragon drifts among kelp fronds, its appendages mimicking seaweed so perfectly that prey and predator alike overlook its presence. Here, camouflage is not just concealment, it is an active strategy, a living adaptation honed by countless generations. Through camouflage and mimicry, nature's hunters and hunted wage a quiet war of perception. Every pattern, every color shift, every feigned movement is a testament to evolution's ingenuity, a reminder that in the wild, the greatest weapon is often the ability to deceive. In this intricate contest, the lines between predator and prey blur. Each is both artist and audience in a world where being seen means being vulnerable, and the best disguise can tip the scales of survival. As the Earth's climate transforms at an unprecedented pace, the wild is forced to adapt or perish. Nowhere is this more apparent than in the delicate balance between predator and prey. Across continents and oceans, rising temperatures, shifting seasons, and altered landscapes are rewriting the rules of survival. On the Arctic tundra, the polar bear faces a vanishing world. Sea ice, once the foundation of its hunting grounds, melts earlier each spring and forms later each autumn. The bear's patient vigil at sealed breathing holes grows longer and more uncertain as its icy platform recedes beneath its paws. Hunger drives these apex hunters farther inland and into unfamiliar territory, forcing encounters with new competitors and exposing their cubs to uncharted risks. In the savannas of Africa, droughts grow longer and rains more unpredictable. Rivers shrink, grasslands wither, and prey herds scatter in search of scarce water. Lions and cheetahs, once masters of these plains, must roam farther and hunt more often, expending precious energy. The weakened and the desperate become more vulnerable, yet the predators themselves face starvation when the land cannot provide. Coastal wetlands and mangroves, crucial nurseries for countless fish and bird species, are drowned by rising seas. Here crocodiles and wading birds find their habitats shrinking, their hunting grounds fragmented by saltwater intrusion. Competition intensifies as food webs unravel, and the rhythm of ancient migrations falters. Even the oceans are in turmoil. Warmer currents drive fish and marine mammals toward the poles, leaving traditional hunting grounds barren. Sharks, orcas, and seabirds must adapt their migratory routes, risking longer journeys and dwindling returns. Coral reefs, once vibrant with life, bleach and crumble, stripping shelter and sustenance from countless hunters of the deep. Everywhere the subtle cues that once signaled the perfect moment to hunt or hide, temperature, rainfall, daylight, are shifting. Predators find themselves out of sync with their prey, arriving too late or too early as ancient cycles unravel. In the wild, timing is everything, and a single missed opportunity can mean the difference between life and death. Yet nature is nothing if not resilient. Some predators evolve new strategies, tapping into behaviors unseen for generations. Wolves in the north follow migrating caribou across thawing tundra. Mountain lions descend to lower valleys, learning to hunt new prey. But for many, adaptation is a race against time, a challenge that will define the future of life on Earth. In this new era, the wild is a laboratory of survival, where every predator must navigate the shifting tides of a changing climate. The outcome remains unwritten, a testament to the enduring power and fragility of nature's hunters. Across the world's wild places, the struggle for dominance is not just a contest between predator and prey, it is a high-stakes rivalry among the hunters themselves. Where territory, food and survival overlap, top predators are drawn into a relentless game of strategy and confrontation. In the dense forests of the Russian Far East, the Amur tiger and the brown bear cross paths. Both apex hunters, their territories intersect in a landscape of scarce resources. Here, tigers have been observed stalking bears, using stealth and raw power to eliminate competition and claim kills. Yet the bear's massive strength and keen sense of smell give it an edge in scavenging the tiger's hard-earned meals. Each encounter is a calculated risk, a moment where the balance of power may shift. On the African plains, the rivalry between lions and spotted hyenas is legendary. Hyena clans, formidable in number and coordination, often challenge lions at fresh kills. Their haunting calls echo across the savannah as they test the resolve of the pride. Sometimes it is the hyena that prevails, driving lions from their feast. Other times, a unified pride stands firm, defending its prize with tooth and claw. These confrontations shape the hierarchy of the ecosystem, ensuring that only the most adaptable and cunning survive. In the flooded forests of South America, jaguars and caimans compete in a deadly dance. The jaguar, with its crushing bite, is one of the few predators capable of taking down a fully grown caiman. Yet in the water, the caiman is in its element, swift, armored, and relentless. Each stalk, each ambush, is a test of patience and precision, with victory hinging on split-second decisions. Beneath the waves, the open ocean hosts its own rivalries. Great white sharks and orcas both hunt seals and large fish, but when they meet, the outcome can be dramatic. Orcas, hunting in coordinated pods, have been documented preying on great whites, turning the tables on the ocean's most feared predator. These rare encounters reveal the intricate balance of power in the marine world, where intelligence and teamwork can outmatch brute force. Everywhere, the competition among apex predators is a driving force of evolution. It shapes behaviors, territories, and even the physical traits of these extraordinary animals. In the wild, there are no permanent kings, only those who can outwit, outlast, and outfight their rivals. In these fierce contests, the true nature of the wild is revealed, a world where strength is tested not only against prey, but against the cunning and might of fellow hunters. The legacy of every apex predator is written in these clashes, each a chapter in the ongoing saga of survival. Through the unending march of time, the world's predators have become the ultimate testaments to nature's ingenuity. Their reign is not the result of a single battle, but of millions of years spent locked in an evolutionary arms race, a relentless cycle of adaptation and counter-adaptation that has shaped every claw, tooth, and tactic. In the shadowy depths of ancient oceans, the first hunters were simple, jawless fish that relied on suction to capture unsuspecting prey. But as prey evolved armor and speed, predators answered with innovation. The rise of the shark, with its rows of replaceable teeth and electroreceptive senses, marked a turning point. Over eons, sharks refined their bodies into streamlined missiles able to detect the faintest movement and strike with surgical precision. On land, the story unfolded with equal drama. The saber-toothed cats of the Pleistocene wielded elongated canines, perfect for delivering fatal bites to large herbivores. Yet, as prey grew bulkier and more defensive, the saber-tooth's reign ended, giving way to more versatile hunters, wolves and big cats, whose teamwork and agility now set the standard for terrestrial predators. In the trees, raptors evolved talons curved like scythes and eyesight sharper than any modern lens. Each adaptation was a response, prey growing faster, more elusive, and better camouflaged. In turn, predators developed silent wings, cryptic plumage, and hunting tactics that bordered on genius. Even the smallest hunters have joined the evolutionary race. Trapdoor spiders construct hidden lairs, with silk tripwires striking in a blink. Archerfish, lurking below the water's surface, evolved the ability to shoot jets of water, knocking insects from overhanging branches with uncanny accuracy. Across continents and eras, this evolutionary contest has sculpted a tapestry of predatory innovation. Whether it's the electric eel's jolt, the cheetah's unmatched speed, or the orca's cooperative strategies, each adaptation is a living record of survival, honed by countless generations. Yet the race never ends. As prey evolve new defenses, predators must respond or fade into extinction. In this perpetual cycle, every adaptation is both a triumph and a challenge, driving the ceaseless creativity of life on Earth. Here, on evolution's edge, predators embody the spirit of the wild, ever-changing, ever-adapting, and forever locked in the dance of survival.